Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, and I have some fun videos for you. You guys, I have kind of a bit of a random video, but honestly, I can't get this topic off of my mind. It's more so a question video, which I'm kind of excited for because I don't think I've ever really done something like this before. Trends. Okay, we know I'm Miss Anti-Trend over here myself. Meanwhile, love me a bag charm these days. That's a trend that is apparently she's absolutely just loving, unapologetically so. A lot has gone into this thought, yes. However, the kind of like concise way to say this is that I've been doing some thinking, okay? And if I putting two and two together, and I'm not exactly getting four, because the days of the gifted trend bags, the days of the influencer trend bags, the days of trend bags, their days might be numbered. To put it more clearly, I'm very curious to know, are trend bags a thing anymore? And what is the next trend bag going to be? But first and foremost, if you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, again, weird, a little bit different for me, but I've been doing a lot of thinking because this is why I'm doing this video before I do my thoughts on what the next it bag should be, which I've kind of done iterations of before. Again, Miss Anti-Trend, yes, I get it. I like to, you know, do my own thing. I love to hear you guys doing your own thing. I love to get inspiration for how authentic we can be, and we always seek that, yes, yada yada. But it's also just really fun to explore the fact that social norms and, you know, herd mentality and why people like what they like, okay? Sometimes it's so incredibly warranted, a couple bags that we're gonna get into. Sometimes it's very random. And I think the pattern that possibly I'm just out here, you know, thinking that maybe the pattern might be somewhat going off on a different path and possibly even breaking, is that the days of the, I don't know why I'm trying to say this nicely, but to put it, yes, to not be afraid to say this, the days of the influencer gifted trend driven pieces, maybe even in general, but today we'll stick with bags, we'll keep it simple. The days of the trending bags that are trending because everybody and their mother has one and everybody was gifted one and it's a whole thing and they're probably most likely paid allegedly to wear these pieces. Those days might not be happening anymore, and I have some theories as to why. And so I thought, let's go over some of those reasons, and then let's go over the couple last trend bags that had the actual biggest periods of trending and why I've seen some kind of gifted, more hyped, whatever influencer bags. Yes, I get the inception part of this. I do have a YouTube channel. One could call me an aspiring influencer. I get the inception part of it, okay? We're aware, I just want to make that known. You know, those bags, I'm not sure reached the level of trend that perhaps we maybe thought that they would. So first question, okay? I think the very first thing that I thought was, there are two bags that are very clear to me. I might be on one side of the internet, I don't know. I might just be having one experience. You guys please tell me down below, but I'd say for the last, like, again, I really love the row, so like it's been on my radar for, I'd say, for years, obviously, but let's be very, again, like conservative and say that at least for the last 12 months, I could say 18 months, but for the last 12 months, the Row Margot, in my brain, don't know a bag that's trended more than that in a very long time. Okay, we're talking the days of the saddle bag, okay? We're talking the days of the Celine Phantom bag. We're talking a bag that reached such high levels of stardom, literally on stars and literally on everybody, including my own mom, the OG Row collector just over here. You know, I just have to always say that, throw that in here. The Row Margot, I think, is such an interesting one, and in addition to the next one that I'll talk about, because I could be wrong, we could be wrong, I don't know. There's no way of actually knowing unless you are the designers themselves or work for the brand themselves, but I'm almost positive that the Row does not gift. I'm almost positive, and that's the general consensus, that The Row is not out here saying, oh, please take a Margot, please post it, we'll pay you X amount. I don't think that the Row has ever done that. I don't think that they ever will. I think it's very anti to what their brand stands for and represents. I think every Margot that you've ever seen is organic. And yes, maybe like there could, again, allegedly there could be like a multi-brand store that gifts to somebody else. I've maybe suspected that once or twice, but that's neither here nor there. The general consensus is that all these Margots out here, which again, on my side of the internet, which is very random and very niche, they're plentiful to put it lightly. They have been plentiful. That means that all of those bags, I've seen so many accounts being like, y'all just really out here buying a $6,000 bag like it's nothing? Like, that's really true. It seems like everybody on my feed bought a Margot at the same exact time. Everybody was looking for one. It was like all of the influencers that then did have one are posting links. Oh my God, here, get this here. Essentially, there was a feeding frenzy for the Row Margot, and it was organic. And you know, pre-influencer times, again, it's been a minute. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's been a minute since there's been an actually organic trending bag. We're not gonna add Hermes onto this list because Hermes, we have many videos on, you can scroll down the channel that talk about why Hermes is so loved and so amazing, but not everybody has a casual, at least, you know, I don't know, $7,000 to $12,000 to randomly drop on a bag. Hermes is in a different category. So yes, they've trended organically because I know Hermes isn't out here, you know, gifting people things, but that's a story for a different day. I'm not sure of a bag that's reached that level of stardom other than the Loro Piana L19. The math, you see what I mean? Like, it's a little interesting and questionable. Now, Loro Piana is a different story because I'm just not as familiar with the brand, to be honest. I love them, it's amazing, they're beautiful, but like, I don't know the ins and outs of their business practices, and so I don't know if they gift. However, it seemed to me like a lot of the L19 buyers were also organic. I don't think they were out here gifting to influencers, especially because there's not that many YouTube videos on it, but my goodness, I think someone on that PR team was working real hard because I think, yes, I'm sure the bag was sold out and yada, 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 but that is one of the only times in my like random career of collecting handbags where that bag was never back in stock, still to this day, and that has been a solid 18 months of a trending bag. Name another time when, okay, again, like, other than like special editions and little exceptions here and there, usually the brands catch up. The Andiamo clutch you can buy online right now. You know what I mean? That was a little moment of super major trending and you did their own back order and whatnot. Now you can buy it online. Loro Piana, someone in that team, is being real smart and definitely, you know, you're taking a note from Hermes, and I think there are a lot more in stores. Anyways, that's my, you know, the long story short here is that the Row Margot and the L19, in my brain, two of the two biggest, you know, trending bags of the last 2 years, I'd say, have been very organic. I know that that's controversial, so I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on that. And then I do have some, this is a little spicy. This is a little maybe controversial because, you know, I can name some bags that most, like, again, this is all, I don't know. I am just speculating here. I don't know what has been given and what hasn't been, because if I'm not digging deep and watching every single video of every single influencer unboxing, I don't know if it was an ad or not. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I think that the Lela was probably a very gifted, you know, bag, and maybe that was all organic, but that's a really good example. Rightfully so, that bag I think should have trended. But that bag, like, oh my, I mean, hello, what was that, 6 to 8 months ago? Everybody was talking about the Lela, and that skyrocketed. And, you know, I don't think that I haven't seen a bag have the crazy trending period that the Margot or the Loro Piana L19 has had. And I think people are getting a little tired of seeing, or even just, even if it's not true, even if all these bags have been organic, but suspecting that it's an influencer gifted piece, something that everybody else is gonna have, something that everybody else wants. that seems to be a pattern in my brain that, oh, it trends for a little bit and then I think people are buying differently. I think people are wanting differently. Buying practices, of course, are changing all across the board. And again, another story for another day. I'm very aware of that. But I think also people, what I've suspected, what I've been talking about, I do really think that there is, I mean, I get that this is fully, you know, paradoxical, but there is a trend towards authenticity. People are wanting so badly to have unique styles anytime, like literally just today. So thank you all for anybody who says that. Honestly, it will still blow my mind. I don't know if there's ever going to be a point that it doesn't blow my mind. I am a baby over here. I have just, you know, I still am under 2,000 subscribers, which by the way, subscribe right now. It's completely free and you guys will make my absolute day. I am not even a baby. I'm a baby channel over here. And yet, anytime one of you guys reach out to me in my DMs or on a comment or anything, which like truly you have no idea makes my entire day, and says, oh my gosh, it's refreshing, you're different, there's something a little unique, whatever it is, even if I'm not, as she says, with the 90s bag and Kelly behind her, and you know, we also do love things that are hyped for a reason. Those comments make me, it just affirms in my brain that like people want authenticity, people want newness, people want, I think above all else, uniqueness. And that's what I think the base level of this entire video is. The one bag that I thought of, which again, I'd really love, this is genuinely a question video. I'd really love your thoughts down below because I will do an entire video thinking of what the next it bag might possibly be, or some really good contenders that I'd really like for it to be, which is more so my vibe. Because here's a kind of leaning on the fence one to kind of tie into what I just said. So many people have said this, so this is not, you know, I'm not the person to have made this up. I just agree and really feel this in my own soul and in my own practice, because the bag charm trend being a trend in general, whether you like it, whether you hate it, whatever, that's a way to differentiate your bag. That's a way to get a 90s bag that so many collectors of the row have and make it different. Let's just go ahead and show Penny because she's my girl and I love her so much and this is my favorite charm of all time. Because yes, this is the butter yellow 90s bag from the row that is sold out on several websites, and yes, a lot of people have it, I'm sure, and you can look up TikTok videos on it. But not that many people are gonna have a little skull panda that has little frogs on her lap and a little hand crocheted, I don't know what these are, like bell flowers that I got randomly on the street with my dear friend Moon. You know, it's like, this just brings me so much joy. And so even people loving bag charms as a trend leans into people wanting uniqueness. And the point that I've saved for last is the Miu Miu bow bag, that like the Miu Miu really cool, almost briefcasey, almost overnighter, almost weekender, almost work, very Hermes Plume, very Hermes Victoria. There are several bags from the row that have that style and shape and very, you know, it's a bag. It's a very simple bag at the end of the day. That Miu Miu bag, I mean, my goodness, I'd say that again, this is more so for my next video, but that has been the biggest trending bag, I'd say, next to the Row Margot, next to the Elia Letecle. Does anybody else feel that way, right? Like, that's for sure been one of, I think, if not maybe even the most trending bag as of late. It could be a very influencer gifted bag, but I think because it goes along with the bag charm trends that aren't gifted, I'm sure, yes, people can gift bag charms, but like, the bag charms then allow you to take control, to take the reins, to say, oh, I'm just gonna make this so unique and so cool and so special. That's kind of, we're riding lines here, see? So we're going from still something that, yes, sure, influencer gifted items are always going to, I keep saying influencer, I should say creator. I don't know what people prefer, but creator slash influencer gifted items are always going to have a spot as long as they're being, you know, paid. Like, it's just the truth. There's always gonna be attention, especially from the really big, large accounts. Most people are still gonna always unbox things that they've been gifted because that's smart and that makes sense as a business owner. You know, it's like, we're not dumb. That makes a lot of sense. That's amazing. Are the days of people appreciating that, loving it, really loving the bag, but looking for something a little different, looking for a little twist. My perfect example to end with is the fact that I've said this many times, so I hope it's not like a secret because I think it's so beautiful, and the suede kind of changed my mind. I've said that a lot, but the Letecle bag was not an instant, oh my God, it's gorgeous for me. It was not my vibe. it didn't pull at my heartstrings. You know what did? I didn't look for this, but as soon as Magda Butrym dropped 3 new bag styles a few months ago in like early spring, late winter, my jaw was on the floor. The Magda Butrym Trapeze Brigitte bag, yes, there's a wine color coming out that I really wanted in, but she's the same bag. Like, it's a very similar bag, but something that's tweaked a little bit. The fact that it's a little bit less severe, it's a little bit more fluid, there's a beautiful leather rose on it. I don't know, all of those elements, loved that one, and I can still really appreciate the Lela Tekel. I wonder if more people are going in that direction of saying, oh my God, okay, cool, we see what the trend bag is. What is similar, because I like that. I see why. Clearly it's trending for a reason. It's an amazing piece, but what can I put a spin on it, either with something like an additional item like a bag charm, or can I find a kind of niche, random, more unique version? That is my very random video for today. I, more than ever, am so excited to hear your thoughts because this is an interactive program today for us. What do you think about trending bags? What do you think about influencer slash creator allegedly, you know, quote unquote, gifted, widely accepted to be gifted pieces? What do you think the next trend bag is gonna be? That's a lot of questions. I know, that's a lot of questions. You answer what you want to, okay? I will be here talking to you guys, and you have no idea how grateful I am, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.